Welcome to Italy, 1957, where the legendary Mille Miglia road race is about to unfold. Picture a time when the air was charged with anticipation, and the scent of petrol and burning rubber hung heavy. The Mille Miglia was not merely a road race, it was a spectacle, an event that held an entire nation, nay, the world, in its thrall. As the sun rose on the day of the race, the excitement was palpable. The Mille Miglia, or 1,000 miles, was a trial of endurance, skill, and sheer audacity, a race that spanned the breadth of Italy from Brescia to Rome and back. The stakes were high, the glory was immense. Among the daring racers was a man who stood out, Alfonso de Portago, a man of courage and charisma, driving a raging red Ferrari. Alfonso was not merely a driver, he was a showman, a daredevil, a man who lived life on the edge, always pushing the limits. And then, there was Enzo Ferrari, the man behind the prancing horse emblem. Enzo was a legend in his own right, a man whose passion for speed and beauty had given birth to some of the most iconic cars in history. His name was synonymous with victory, his cars, a symbol of Italian pride. As the racers took their places and the crowd held its collective breath, it was clear that this was not just a race, it was a battle against time and fate, a testament to human spirit and resilience. The air was thick with anticipation, adrenaline, and a hint of danger. The roar of the engines was the only sound that mattered, a symphony of power and speed that echoed through the air. As the race began, the world watched on, waiting for the drama to unfold. The cars were off, the drivers pushing their machines to the limit, the crowd cheering them on. The stage was set, the Mille Miglia was underway. However, as the engines roared to life, no one could predict the tragic turn of events that awaited. May 12, 1957, Alfonso de Portago, in his Ferrari 335S, is racing towards the finish line. Italy's Mille Miglia, a grand spectacle of speed and skill, is on the brink of etching a dark chapter into its history. A chapter that will forever change the course of this legendary race. Alfonso, the Spanish marquis turned daredevil racer, along with his co-driver Edmund Nelson, are at the helm of a roaring Ferrari. The crowd, entranced by the spectacle, is unaware of the impending catastrophe. Suddenly a tire bursts, the Ferrari veers off, unable to hold its deadly speed. In a heartbeat, the thrill of the race turns into a nightmare. The car careens into the crowd, the force of the accident claiming the lives of both Alfonso and Nelson, along with 9 unfortunate spectators. The cheers of the crowd are replaced by screams of shock and fear. The once jubilant atmosphere is now filled with the deafening silence of disbelief. News of the disaster spreads like wildfire, casting a shadow over the otherwise sunny Italian landscape. The Mille Miglia, once a symbol of Italian pride and automotive prowess, now becomes a tragic reminder of the dangers of speed. In an instant, the festive atmosphere turned into a scene of horror and despair. Shrouded in grief and shock, the unimaginable had happened. The thrill and glory of Mille Miglia had been eclipsed by a tragedy that sent shockwaves through Italy and the world. The race was abruptly halted, and silence fell over the previously bustling track. In the immediate aftermath, the nation was in mourning. The loss of a legendary driver, his co-pilot, and 9 innocent spectators was a heavy blow, too heavy to bear. It was a dark cloud that cast a long shadow over the sport, prompting the authorities to cancel the Mille Miglia indefinitely. The public outcry was deafening. The people demanded answers, they demanded justice. In the eye of this storm was Enzo Ferrari, the founder of Scuderia Ferrari. Ferrari, already a man haunted by personal loss, found himself in the crosshairs of the tragedy. The blame was placed squarely on his shoulders, and he was drawn into a whirlwind of legal proceedings. The court battles were intense, with the bereaved families seeking retribution. Ferrari, despite the burden of guilt and the weight of public scrutiny, defended his position with resilience. Yet the tragedy of Mille Miglia had left an indelible mark on him in the world of motor racing. The Mille Miglia, once a symbol of speed and glory, now stood as a reminder of a tragic disaster. In the face of tragedy, Enzo Ferrari, already haunted by personal loss, now bore the weight of public anger. The Mille Miglia disaster had shaken Italy and the world, painting a target on the back of the Ferrari brand. Yet, it was in these dark times that the mettle of Enzo Ferrari was truly tested. Haunted by the specter of the disaster, Enzo was faced with a choice: to yield to the pressure or to rally in the face of adversity. And rally he did. With a spirit as indomitable as the prancing horse that graced his cars, Enzo chose to forge ahead. He understood that the legacy of Ferrari was not just about high-speed thrills and victories on the racetrack, it was about the passion, the craftsmanship, and the relentless pursuit of excellence that defined the brand. Enzo, a man of few words, let his actions speak. He poured his heart and soul into the Ferrari brand, focusing on technological innovations and unparalleled design. He steered the company towards a future where safety became as much a priority as speed. His resilience and determination transformed the tragedy into a catalyst for change. Ferrari became a symbol of Italian pride, a beacon of resilience that shone brightly even in the darkest times. The brand's reputation for unparalleled performance and stunning design remained unscathed. Ferrari cars continued to win races, break records, and capture imaginations around the world. In the face of adversity, Enzo Ferrari had shown an unwavering commitment to his vision. He had turned the tide, reinforcing the Ferrari brand's place at the pinnacle of automotive excellence. His resilience had not only preserved the legacy of Ferrari, but had also enhanced it, ensuring that the prancing horse would continue to gallop ahead, unbridled and untamed. Despite the shadows of the past, Ferrari's legacy roared on, a testament to resilience in the face of adversity.